95.
Apps all around.
What's worth a click and download?
Pulse 95.
We're talking about an app that is actually backed by Expo 2020 Dubai, and it does connect the visually impaired with sighted volunteers via a video call. Now, we do know that more than 4.8 million volunteers are ready to serve these 313,000 visually impaired users worldwide. Now, checking the expiration date on a carton of milk may seem like an everyday task for most people, but for the visually impaired, it can actually be one of the hardest. Now, we do know that blind or low vision people do have to often rely heavily on the help of others to perform simple functions like reading instructions and even distinguishing colors, which can erode their sense of independence. And this is, again, where it comes from people with determination. But now, we have something that can help them.
Yes, indeed. I love this application. I've come across it a couple of times before today, and let me tell you, it's such a great way to spend your free time. It's kind of like volunteering, but in the palm of your hands. The app is called Be My Eyes, and I love the name as well. Now, Be My Eyes, it's a free service that will basically pair someone who has healthy vision with someone who is visually impaired. And this help or this volunteering takes place through a video call. The app is designed with a focus on inclusion. They want to put accessibility back into the hands of people of determination. They want to help them out without necessarily making them feel any less independent. So I'll give you an example on how this application works. Let's say Hani has some free time on his hand and, he wants to do something good. One thing that he could do is log into the app, sign up, and basically in the first 24 hours of going live, you can go ahead and help out someone who is visually impaired. So what does it do? You're basically lending your eyes to solve tasks for those people. Big or small, you can help them lead a much more independent life. It's available on Android and the iPhone app stores, and you can basically select what your first language preference is and what your second language preference is. Then you get on a video call, and every call matches you to a person who's visually impaired based on two elements, based on what time zone you're in and what language are you most comfortable with. Once you have a visually impaired user on the phone and he or she answers the phone within 15 seconds, you can go ahead and start helping them out. Now, volunteers are usually not disturbed between the hours of 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. So even if someone, let's say, is all the way in, Denmark, and it's like 7 a.m. for you, 3 a.m. for them, they're not going to be able to call you. So you're not going to be disturbed by them. However, if it is during the times that you specify as their good timings for you, then they'll basically be able to call you and you'll be able to help them out, and they'll feel like a weight has been lifted off of their shoulders.
Yes, now, this app isn't new, right? This app was launched back in 2015.
Yeah.
And in the first 24 hours of going live, more than 10,000 volunteers from around the world did sign up. Now, today, more than 4.8 million volunteers are on hand to serve the visually impaired users on the app, which do amount to 313,000. Now, in the UAE, the app does have about 5,000 volunteers and 2,000 blind or visually impaired users. Now, Be My Eyes was actually chosen as one of the projects under the Expo Live initiative, which does aim to inspire visitors to become change makers. Now, the Expo 2020 Dubai program does highlight the social innovators and funds that do support creative and innovative solutions that will improve people's lives and even preserve the planet, or even both. Now, we're going to go really quick on how it works. Now, after you download the app on Android or iPhone, users and volunteers do select their first and second language if applicable. So I speak English and Arabic, so I can choose both of these languages.
Yeah.
Now, then each call is then matched to a volunteer based on two elements, just like Omnia said, time zone and language. Now, once that user does press the button, most calls are answered within 15 seconds, and then the video chat starts, and then you can go on and help those people.
Yes, indeed. Now, I personally feel like the best part about it is the fact that someone who is in need of help won't feel like they're disturbing anyone, because you as a volunteer have specified what timings work for you best. But also, these everyday tasks that we find so simple, they're often the same exact tasks that someone with a visual impairment will typically need a lot of planning ahead to be able to do. Doing their laundry. They may not be able to separate whites from colors because they simply can't see them.
Yes.
Just like we've mentioned at the beginning, pouring some milk into their cup of coffee. They don't know if the milk has expired or not. So I think an app like this is very important for both of us, people of determination and people of completely healthy vision. For the people who have healthy vision, it reminds you of the blessing that God has given you today and every single day. We wake up and we take it for granted, but little do we know, those pair of eyes are one of the biggest gifts that we are able to use every single day. And just like we were blessed enough to have them and to still have them to this day, we should be able to, and we should be using them.
Yes.
Yeah, lending them to help someone else, because you just never know how life goes, and you may be in need of help one day and someone will help you out.
Yes, what goes around comes back around, and you do need to help people who are in need. Let us know your guys' thoughts. 4215 do or it's a lot, or on our Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. Do you already have this app downloaded? Have you tried it? Or are you now more inclined to try it?
It's a great app for the weekend as well. If you're bored this weekend, try it out. And
social distancing and bored.
Yeah, lend some time to those who need it.
Lend your eyes.
Lend your eyes. The app is called Be My Eyes, and it's available on the iOS App Store as well as the Google Play Store. Coming up on today's show, we're going to be talking about a very interesting car, one that you can sleep and eat in. And guess what? It also purifies the air as it drives. Keep Pulse 95 locked. We'll be right back.
If you liked this episode of Future Talk, drop a like and subscribe.
Pulse 95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.